The sound of the shifting waves carries with it the promise of a judgment-free pity drink session. Oh yeah, Joe still has her really expensive beer. Oh, that's great. One beer, while refreshing, did little to suppress Joe's train of thought. Thankfully, craft services in their infinite wisdom left six-packs unintended for someone with questionable scruples to plunder. Oh, more beer. Well, finders keepers. No skin off of anybody's nose, really. Not like MGI short on cash. Well, I don't know, Joe. I mean, stealing is stealing. Someone's gonna get in trouble for that, you know? Somebody in charge of the products might get in trouble. But, well, I guess Joe doesn't care. I mean, it could be that nobody cares. It could be that somebody might get in trouble. I don't know. But I guess Joe is like, she's chaotic neutral, at the very least. So she doesn't mind doing crimes. Oh no. The far-off murmur of an energetic show easily proves that. Joe, however, focuses on the nearby sound of the ocean. It's a calm night tonight, but she can still hear whispers of seawater lapping against the docks. With the show getting fully underway, there aren't many people here. Everything has pretty much been set up. Joe is more than fine with that. She's content to stroll beneath the halogen lamps hanging above her. Part of her wants to go back and be a supportive friend. Yeah, I was wondering. I thought she was like, you know, being on her own just for a little bit, and she'll return to the show. But maybe she's skipping out on the show after all. Maybe she doesn't want to see her friend and her, I guess, little rival be successful in that show, you know? It reminds her of a time long past. Another, more persuasive part of her wants to continue blowing that off and drink stolen beer. You know, just forget everything, just leave everything behind, and just drink more beer. Forget it all. Well, Joe did a nice thing anyways. He could have stolen something more expensive, but she went with the cheaper option. I guess you're gonna justify with that. After chugging a can of beer and riding her railboard along the shipping tracks, Joe runs into an obstacle blocking her path to the water. She jumps off the board and scowls at the inconvenience before her. In front of her, standing several feet tall, is a security fence, crackling with low-voltage plasma. Oh yeah, this security fence you see there. Now, of course, it would be too easy for me to just walk down to the ocean and get drunk. Of course, that's too much to ask for. Well, fuck you too. Defying the inanimate obstacle blocking her path, Joe pulls off another can of the six-pack and cracks it open. How much are you drinking, Joe? You don't want to get too drunk here. I think it's a bad idea. But she isn't quite done taunting the fence. But you didn't think about this, huh? Oh, I don't need ambience to get wasted. That's right, bitch. Who's laughing now? You talking to a fence. Oh, I thought she was like using the beer somehow to like shut off the fence, you know, like shorting it out, you know, by throwing beer on it or something. Maybe not. Maybe she's just gonna get drunk instead. That's her solution. Amazing. She takes a sip, however. Hushed voices off to her right catch her attention. Further down the dock, she can see three teenagers, equally as frustrated with the fence. Joe approaches without rousing their attention, wanting to get a closer look at what they're doing. They each take turns holding up a metal rod to the fence and attempting to walk through it, only to have the plasma arc off the rod and shock them. Oh, I told you guys we should have brought the rubber mat. Oh, can somebody else please do this? My mom said I need to limit my exposure to live currents. Come on, hurry up! The performance is probably starting. The hell are you kids up to? Security! Crap, we gotta go. Whoa, hey, I'm not security. Oh, that's exactly what security would say. No, they wouldn't, you idiot. That's against the law. Is it? If you ask a cop if they're a cop, they're legally required to tell the truth. Well, I mean, security and, like, cops, they're two different things, kid. You know, security tends to be that they're hired by private corporations, so they're not legally allowed to do it. Like, they're not legally required to do anything, really. Other than whatever a citizen would be, you know, required to do, obligated to do. Anyway, are you security? No, I just said. But what if she's undercover? That's different. Look, I'm not security or an undercover cop. I'm just trying to get drunk. What are you guys up to? Well, we're here to see Hana. If we can get in. We thought this lightning rod would help, but... God, I freaking told you guys, the rubber mat! As the kids argue amongst themselves, Jo takes a moment to look at the fence. Upon closer inspection, she sees that it's a standard MJI plasma partition. Mostly meant to keep riffraff out of a light shock. Oh, okay, so it's not that dangerous. I was thinking, like, you know, if you try to go through it, it would, like, you know, maybe murder you, but actually it's just not. It's just a way to keep, you know, teenagers like these from getting a free pass into the show. Scanning along the fence post, she spies a panel at its base. And also, I was also wondering, like, yeah, maybe if, like, again, if there are, like, real monsters in this world that are summoned, and somehow the magical girls, they lose to the monsters, I was wondering maybe these fences would stop the monsters from rampaging any further, you know, into the city, until help can arrive. But maybe not, again. Maybe not. These are just, like, super weak fences, not meant to, like, hurt anybody too much. Hang on, give me a sec. Putting down her beer, Jo fishes out her multi-tool. Are you gonna let these guys in, Jo? He really is chaotic neutral. She just keeps breaking the law over and over. Or at least, well, is it a law? I guess it's like private law. It would be like trespassing, right? All you need is low patience and finesse. Setting it to mallet, Jo proceeds to bash open the panel. Oh, finesse, huh? With a spark and stutter, the section of the fence in front of her dies out. Is that how the assistant lead technician fixes everything, or at least breaks everything? With a hammer? Oh, that works too. Yes! Well, thanks, lady. Yeah, thank you. Don't sweat it. Before Jo can revel in the praise, she feels a chill run down her spine. Her skin is crawling, hair standing on end. The world slows to a crawl as her brain goes into overdrive, trying to pinpoint the source of her terror. Overdrive. Jo can feel an unnerving presence looming over her. As she turns to face whatever it is, she sees it clearly, hanging in the air. A portal. A clawed arm shoots its way out of the rift, crashing into the ground below. Is this a impromptu portal? Like it's not meant to be here, right? Jo can hear the kids behind her shouting. Why haven't they run yet? Why hasn't she? The voice has popped up before once again shows up. Don't panic. Deep breath. Calculate, formulate, and execute. Another claw has emerged and stuck itself into the concrete. It's pulling itself through the portal. The monster is nearly through now. A piercing shriek emerges from behind a jagged set of teeth, a single crimson eye gazing down at the humans below. Oh no, it's a weird like skull monster. Chonku. A-level. Highly aggressive and deadly. Its extendable appendages and hard outer shell makes it both extremely agile and hardy. I should change the music. This one. Single-minded focus on chasing down his quarry. The world comes back to Jo. Somebody is tugging on her sweater. It's one of the kids. But his friends are shouting at him to leave, but he's still there, pleading with Jo. Miss, come on, you gotta run. It all suddenly clicks. You run. What? Her body is 2 steps ahead of her mind. Jo quickly grabs her railboard and the beer off the ground. Don't worry, I've got this. A wide, knowing grin lights up Jo's face. She really hopes that she'll come up with some better plan to justify it. The Chonku is nearly through. Its menacing jaw grinds in anticipation, sparks shooting out from its mouth. Getting herself to a running start, Jo makes for a nearby maglev track. In one fluid motion, she throws her board onto it and hops on. As she gains momentum, she pulls off a can and chucks it at the monster's eye. Well, she's using the beer for something other than drinking it. It's a clean hit and the can sprays its contents onto the Chonku. Good, now she's got its attention. With a guttural roar, it pulls its last leg through the portal and immediately shoots out towards Jo. She sees it coming, however, and ducks just in time for the Chonku to fly over her. A cacophony of metal on metal rings across the docks as the Chonku crashes into a pile of shipping containers. Jo barely has time to breathe out a sigh of relief before it's upright and barreling straight at her. Oh shit. She can hear it right behind her. Instincts take over when she ducks at the very last moment, avoiding another charge from the Chonku. Yeah, it seems instead of running away, Jo is fighting the Chonku as maybe a magical girl. No, I don't see like any kind of magical girl transformation right now. She's just using her own abilities, her railboard and a bunch of beer. The metal monstrosity has crashed face first into another pile of shipping containers, several which fly out and destroy the length of track in front of Jo. With no other tracks nearby, Jo's mind races for a solution. Hoverpads. Shifting her feet forward, Jo activates the hoverpad attachments. They begin to whir up before sputtering out. Oh no, you're not crapping out on me now. Jo repeatedly presses into the board, trying to desperately kickstart the hoverpads. Yeah, Vera did warn you, Jo! Well, at the very last moment, they burst to life. At least they finally work. The sudden force of the leap takes Jo off guard. Her surroundings tumble dizzyingly as she loses her footing, and the board flies out from beneath her. Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna work out, but I guess not. With a thud, Jo lands on top of a container. Oh no! Her momentum continues rolling her forward, straight into one of the containers, torn open by the Chonku's landing. A thoroughly uncomfortable wooden crate breaks her fall. Fuck. Fuck. Everything hurts. Jo quickly assesses the damage to her body. Aside from what are sure to be some unsightly bruises and a nasty sprain, she seems to be otherwise fine. A few seconds are all Jo has before the Chonku lets out another roar. I hope those damn brats went to get help. Is this it? Is this really how I go out? The Chonku's threatening eye peering at her through the hole in the container doesn't do much to dissuade her fears, I guess. I guess we're dead. Oh well. Sharpened claw thrusts out at Jo, barely missing her as she ducks behind a crate. But we're not dead yet. The claw breaks open the crate's top and digs itself deep into the container, struggling to get itself free. A storm of wooden splinters cascade around Jo, followed by several metal objects that clink against the container's floor. Jo hopes there is something that can help her. Her eyes widen when she realizes what they are. Wands? Oh, wands. All around her are undecorated wands of different make, shapes, and sizes. Many are in visibly damaged condition, but a few seem to be scuffed at most. She grabs the least shitty looking one and switches it on. Nothing happens. Oh. A quick inspection reveals the wand lacks a battery. Oh, okay. In the world of magic, it turns out you need a battery to activate the magic. Oh, fucking course. The Chonku's claw begins to pry itself free. Jo racks her brain again, frantically thinking up her next move. Her railboard. She can gut the battery and jury-rig it into the wand. Maybe. As the Chonku's claw breaks itself loose, Jo hurriedly grabs onto the retracting limb. She'll find out if her plan is moronic soon enough. Once she's out in the open, Jo lets go of the metal appendage. With a rough tumble against the ground, she scrambles onto her feet and breaks out into a run. Gotta run! The railboard is lying nearby, in one piece, thankfully. She swipes it as she runs past, painfully aware of the Chonku behind her that's still out for blood. Joe munns with alacrity that surprises even herself. Her heart thumps inside her chest, but she manages to remain focused. She has to. Well, it's a life or death situation, you know? And, well, it's kind of ironic, because there's like a big performance going on right now, the little magical girl show in stage, but really, this is the true fight right here, the true magical girl fight. Well, any kind of like, any kind of like fancy lights or like sound effects or music or anything of that. It's just Joe and her savage fight against an actual monster, face to face. Beneath her, the ground shudders with each step the Chonku takes. Joe's instincts kick in and she dives off to the side, dodging the Chonku's claw. The shadow of the container offers a moment refuge as her pursuer momentarily loses sight. She makes a checklist and ticks off the items as they come to mind. Multi-tool, electrical tape, battery. Muscle memory takes over, and within seconds Joe has gutted her railboard of its batteries and slapped it into the wand. A few cross circuits and one silent prayer later, she flicks the wand's power switch. And that calls for a switch in music, maybe. Magical candy? I don't know if I played that before. I think it fits, because I assume she's going to turn into a Mahou shoujo right now, right? Magical candy, magical girl. Relief washes over her when the device lights up. The power-up chime rings out, perhaps a bit too loudly. The Chonku, unfortunately, has picked up the sound and turns to face Joe. It lets loose a screeching roar and charges towards her. Joe is quickly back on her feet and snaking between shipping containers. She only notices that the wand has been speaking. But before wand functions can be authorized... What? New user detected. Vocal contract must be confirmed before wand functions can be authorized. Vocal contract? We're making a contract? Fuck, are you fucking serious? Joe has lost sight of the Chonku, but she can hear it prowling nearby. Trying her best not to shout, she hisses her reply at the wand. Yes, I accept. Joanna Jourdain, accept. Contract accepted. Please Now she shouts, yes, I fucking confirm. The wand glows for a moment, warming in her grip. Welcome back, Joanna. It has been 7 years to for fuck's sake, engage assault mode. Command unrecognized. Please use key phrase. Oh god, what the hell was it? Shine on, blazing hammer. Shine on, blazing hammer. Amazing. A blinding flash of light bursts out of the wand, stopping Joe in her tracks. She can feel something snaking around parts of her body as the wand seems to grow in size. Yes. Wow. Oh, look at her pictures. She changed in the picture as well. Before she has time to fully register that she's got her old warhammer and outfit, a loud crash from above grabs her attention. Joe only has a few seconds to process that Chonku is looming above her when it suddenly lunges down, mouth agape. She instinctively leans away, and in a flash, Joe is suddenly several feet from where she was standing, holographic sparkles and flowers trailing behind her. Yeah, okay, so I'm trying to understand this world, but like, yeah, holographic sparkles. I assume it's kind of like a mix, you know, like a mix between technology and magic together, like the little what do you call them? Like effects, I guess. You know, they're technically not magic, but actually just like again, just showing off. You know, but like it's because of technology, not so much magic, or is it both? I don't know. It's kind of weird. I kind of love this universe. I don't know. Anyway. Her footings nearly stumbles, but she's able to right herself in time. Oh shit. Stance wide, breathe in, shoulders squared. Breathe out, just like Mario told us. Joe regains her composure and follows each command. Her hands tighten around the hulking warhammer. No, looking at her like icon top right. Is that like bunny ears? I don't know. I can't get a good look on her. we can't really see her full outfit either. I hope we get like a full outfit, you know, like a whole like a CG that shows her full magical girl transformation. Anyway, her hands tighten around the hulking warhammer. It feels both incredibly awkward and familiar in her grip. The Chanku, relentless as ever, shifts its body towards Joe and whips its two front claws out towards her. The warhammer comes up just in time, deflecting each of the blows that comes her way. Joanna, are you having trouble with your fight? Just a little bit. Recommendation: create distance from Chanku. It will then lunge and leave itself open to counter attack. Would you like to turn off the tutorial? Turn off the tutorial. Hilarious. Yes, holy shit. As she shouts a reply, Joe leans away from Chanku and zips back another few feet. She sticks into the lead and continues zipping away until she's put several yards between her and the monster. Just like her wand said, the Chanku rears itself onto its hind legs, readying another lunge. Taking another deep breath, Joe plants herself and feels along the warhammer's handle, stopping once her palm brushes over a raised piece of metal. She confidently assumes a swinging pose, hefting the weapon above her right shoulder. Then, everything goes into motion. With a screeching roar, the Chanku flies directly at her. What's gonna happen? I'm gonna switch the music. Yeah, chasing that. Its gleaming blood-red mouth opens wide again, determined to devour its prey. The grip tightens over the raised part of the handle as she pulls it down along the shaft. A loud click sounds off when the back of the warhammer's head sparks to life. An array of jets flare up, which Joe uses to direct the warhammer into a powerful spin. In the same moment, she leans off to her left. The world spins dizzyingly around Joe. I guess she's doing what do you call it in Legend of Zelda when Link does a spin slash? I mean, I guess, is that what it's called? Like a spin slash sort of attack? Yeah. Her vision is filled with magnificent shapes and colors. She's thrilled, terrified, and sick all at once. You know, did she drink a lot of beers as well? I think she's gonna be very sick after this. Thwack! Oh, there she is. And she is wearing bunny girl ears. Hilarious. Suddenly, her warhammer hits its target. With a sickening crunch, Joe's weapon strikes directly against the inside of the Chanku's mouth. Ah, gotcha! It easily breaks through and shatters the Chanku's dense metal body. A pained screech escapes its mouth before it's quickly silenced by more blows from Joe's warhammer. In a tornado of colorful, whirling death, Joe uses the Chanku's momentum against itself. The metal behemoth continues to fly straight forward, letting itself get completely shredded in the process. Its remains fly past her and stumble onto the ground before vanishing in a puff of black smoke. Yeah, we did it! With her foe defeated, Joe resets the trigger to its original position, snuffing the warhammer's jets. Some unseen force counteracts her spin and helps her slow down to a stop. Ugh. Well, that doesn't mean she's completely unaffected. At first she thinks she can keep herself composed, then she vomits, of course. Oh, blah, blah. Her warhammer falls out of her grip, turning back into its original wand form in a quick flash of light. Joe is bent over a puddle of her puke, dry heaving herself back to normal. I'm okay. When Joe wipes her mouth, she's somewhat surprised to find a wild grin plaster her face. Guess I still got it. Then she vomits again. Oh boy. Okay, I'm done. That's it. Picking up her wand, she takes a slow, meandering walk back to her railboard. All around her, the telltale signs of a fierce battle. Most of the damage was done by the Chanku, but she knows anybody's gonna buy that. Yeah, I wonder... Can she explain that? Or is she gonna be like, charged for property damage? In which case, she needs to run, like right now. You don't want security to catch her. She's got a reputation after all. Railboard in hand, she continues to trace her steps, looking for something in the rapidly growing twilight. Where the hell are you? Ah! Her eyes sparkle when she finds what she's been looking for. Leftovers for the six-pack. That's what she was looking for. Sweet relief. Well, what better way to get a taste of vomit out of your mouth than with beer? I don't know if that's the best advice. Joe grabs the least banged-up can and plops down against a ruined shipping container. Well, time to wait for backup, I guess. No, I guess she's not gonna run. She's gonna wait here. I mean, I guess, they'll probably believe her. She's like the magical girl, even though she's retired. Though her body aches with exhaustion, Jo is utterly amped and wired. It's been so long since she's danced like that. I guess that's what you call it, a dance. A battle is like a dance for a magical girl. Hell, she can't even remember the last time she properly danced. Yeah, what a weird terminology, just calling it a dance rather than like a battle. Her mind races through the fight over and over again, picking her favorite moments like a personal highlight reel. You know, you gotta make some clips, turn it into a YouTube video. Oh, well, too bad no one was recording. The anxiety of being chased, the desperation of her plan, the thrill of her warhammer crunching into the Chonku's mouth. Bit of a thrill seeker, you know. Feelings of giddiness fill Jo from within. A wide smile stretches across her face from ear to ear. It's just an adrenaline high, that's it. For now, she's content to believe that. Okay, we're back here. Bursts out from a mysterious, unregistered portal. This is the third unregistered portal to appear in the past month, as well as the first A-level. Alright, I think it's time to change the music a little. This one. I really wonder, again, I mentioned this in the very beginning, I wonder which songs are copyrighted and which ones are. I hope none of the VODs get muted, otherwise they'll probably get like copyrighted on YouTube as well. I can make some edits. That's annoying. Anyway. Unregistered portal? Yeah, I guess it's the third one. Have there been newer, or rather, is this like a thing now? It's like there's always gonna be unregistered portals now, which is gonna make it hard to make it like to make the magical girl stuff to be like a show, right? Because I would assume the humans in this world they invoke the portals manually, right? But if they just come out at random, how are they gonna fight the monsters in that case? MGR representatives have stated they are looking further into the anomalies. DCPD officials have been given credit to 25-year-old Joanna Jourdain for stopping the A-level Chonku type in its tracks. She got some, got some recognition right there. Miss Jourdain made waves several years ago in MGI's Rising Star program, daughter of Elias Jourdain. Turn it off. What? But this is so cool! Joe, you're famous! No, I'm not. You are on TV, yes? That's not what famous people do. Well, yeah, but you gotta do more than that. Such as? Man, I don't know, Connie. Famous people stuff. Look, can we just turn the TV off? Joe's question is a rhetorical one. She gets up and turns it off herself. It's not a big deal, really. It is. And so are you. Joe, I can't believe you never told us that you used to be a magical girl. I guess not. Well, Connie knew. Oh, this is true. What? I guess Vera's the only person that didn't know. How come you never told me? You didn't ask. I did. That was like the first thing I asked when we first met. Oh. Well, I used to be a magical girl. Oh, thanks for letting me know. No prob. That was sarcasm. I know. Vera rolls her eyes in exaggerated frustration. So, Joanna, what will you do about work? You mean here? Yes. I mean, I wasn't planning on quitting or anything. And you are certain of that? I can manage. If you say so. Hey, Connie, what was Joe like as a magical girl? Hey, Squirt, I'm right here. Excuse me, I was talking to Connie. I do not know. I met Joanna after she quit. Ask her. Huh. Come on, Joe, tell me, please. I used to be a trainee. Oh, cool. Studied under professional magical girls. Went on some tours, did some shows, then quit. That's it, really. Oh, how can that be it? I don't know, that's it. That can't be it. I mean, what do you want to know? Okay. What was your toughest fight? Took on a SS level once. Oh, SS level? Yeah, so far we've seen S level, but an SS level? Wow. I don't know what that means, but it seems like quite an achievement. But that was fun. And it was this big bird thing. Pain in the ass to fight with a warhammer. Oh, okay. Here's another one. Why is your weapon a hammer? Warhammer. Oh, that's what I said. No, you said hammer. I bashed monsters, not nails. Same difference. No, they're completely different. So, why hammer? For the last... whatever, I don't know, it seemed cool. She just likes bashing stuff with a hammer. Well, a warhammer. That's it? Yes. Lame. Warhammers aren't lame. At least the one is cool. I still can't believe you got this. Vera's inquiring hands turned the device over, studying every facet with meticulous scrutiny. Oh, do we get to keep the wand, actually? Kinda janky, though. Listen, Squirt, I was in a life-or-death situation. Just saying. Joanna. Wow. Please remove me from the child's grip. Hey, I'm 14. You're a child, which makes you a child by the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. Joe, your wand's a jerk. Yeah, it is, and I appreciate it if you stop messing with it. I'm just looking. Well, it is nice we get to keep the wand, you know. And stop looking for your hands. And it's super cool. I've never seen one up close. Connie, a little help. Vera, give Joanna her jerk wand. Jerk wand. Oh, whatever. He's busted anyways. For now. Joe takes the wand out of Vera's hands, who pouts at the loss of her toy. Look, don't touch. Vera's happy to take whatever opportunity she gets. Joe brings the wand over to her workbench and takes a closer look at the device. Yeah, I guess the way Stutter is, I guess it's a little broken. That's why Joe's gonna fix it, I assume. Despite the jury-rigged battery, the wand is in decent shape. It's an older model, an MG42. Isn't that a German machine gun? Anyway, yeah, isn't that a machine gun? No, I mean yes, I think. I mean yeah, a wand could take the form of a machine gun. A lot of people go for ranged weapons because it doesn't take much training to get good with. Wait, magical girls with machine guns? Well, that's an image. That's pretty stark image. Oh, do it. Can't. This one has already registered me as a warhammer. Lame. Warhammers aren't lame. Yeah, they are. Why would I bring a hammer to a gunfight? First of all, no, they're not. Second, you're not getting into gunfights. Yeah, you're getting into monster fights, not gunfights. Guns are only good against other human beings, but not always good against, monsters. Well, assumedly. Wands only get used on monsters, not other magical girls. Well, that's lame. Dude, you think everything is lame. No. Just the lame stuff. Like warhammers. Vera grins wickedly from across the workbench, ducking as a piece of wire gets thrown at her head. I'll have you know, warhammers are one of the strongest weapons available, but they require a lot of skill to use. And you gotta look good too. With a smirk, Joe returns to her work. She's removed most of the outer casing and exposed the wand's inner circuitry. Gotta remove the battery and... Joanna? Yeah, what? I must remind you that removal of the battery is in violation of the contract. Oh, language. Freaking great! Was it? Freaking great, yeah. Okay, I guess I'll just have to try and fix this if the battery's still in. That sounds perfectly safe. Contract? A soft sigh escapes Joe's lips. Her eyebrows furrow in frustrated concentration as she multitasks speaking and trying not to get shocked. Yeah, so... in order to get the wand to work last night... I sorta had to sign a contract. Joe's multi-tool snakes in between wires and circuits. Small noises buzz out from the wand, but it otherwise remains silent. I'm legally obligated to perform for MGI. Oh, you're back into the business, technically? If I don't, I pay for damages and go to jail. Oh. In that order. What? But they said on TV that you helped it from getting worse. No, the cops did. MGI didn't really give a sh. Joe stops at work and catches herself. She can feel Connie's gaze boring into the back of her head. They don't really care. Well, that sucks. You're telling me. Honestly, I'm not even sure where to start. It's been a while since I've done this whole thing. May I suggest seeking sponsorship? Oh, I guess you're fixed, huh? Ooh, sponsorship. Fancy. Interface or functions all repaired. Combat functionality at 58%. Something to look at later. Anyways, Wand, you said something about sponsorship? Correct. I've put together a roadmap for you. Would you like to hear it? Sure. Step 1. Train for the MGI Grand Open qualifiers. Step 2. Hang on. You want me to do a competition? Correct. Step 2A. Enter the MGI Grand Open qualifiers. Step 2B. Rank within top 100 qualifier contestants. Step 3A. Enter the MGI Grand Open. Step 3B. Rank within top 3 in the MGI Grand Open. Step 4. Secure guaranteed sponsorship. Would you like to... No. You make it all sound so simple. Grand Open, huh? You gonna do it? I mean, looks like I have to, right? Just gotta find somewhere to train, I guess. Yeah, I guess we're training. We have to, or else we go to Magical Girl jail, unfortunately. It's been years since Joe has set foot in this gym. New equipment, new furniture, new everything, really. Joe considers leaving the gym, or she runs into someone she knows here. She's made a concerted effort to stay out of the limelight and away from the magical scene for the past few years. Maybe she could find training elsewhere. She tries not to think too much about it and walks up to reception. A peppy, well-cut young man with an equally well-cut hairdo greets her warmly. Hi there, welcome to Jimu. How can I help you? Yeah, I was wondering how much does it cost to use the gym? Are you an associate act with MGI? Yeah, that's me, a professional magical girl. Perfect. May I have your name, please? Joanna Jourdain. That's Jourdine, Jourdine, whatever. Great, just give me a sec. Oh, you're unranked. And you don't have an official sponsor or producer. And... well, Miss Jourdain, I'm terribly sorry, but as it stands, I can't really do anything for you. What? But I thought... Joe! A solid weight crashes into Joe from behind, enveloping her in a vice grip. I guess she's in her training uniform now. Man, she has large assets anyway. Hannah, bubbling from excitement, nuzzles against Joe's cheek and shakes her back and forth. Ah, you're a magical girl again! Yeah, we already established this. I know, but I'm still so happy. Oh, she's here too. Our rival. Standing off to the side is Sai, casually scrolling through something on her phone. She spares a passing glance and questioning look at Joe before she returns to her idle browsing. The two women are dressed in form-fitting exercise clothes, the kind that shows either dedicated work ethics or dangerous shopping habits. Hot shame washes over Joe then. She's painfully aware of the plain white tee and old athletic shorts that she's wearing. Of course they'll be here. Why wouldn't they? They're real magical girls. Hannah pushes away from Joe, holding her friend at arm's length and beaming a wonderful smile. What are you doing here? I was just checking out the gym. Well, that's a surprise. Without looking up from her phone, Sai shoots a cutting remark at Joe. What is? You putting in effort. Joe doesn't really have anything to say to that. Sai isn't wrong. She might be a jerk, but she's not wrong. Still a jerk, though. Well, yeah, since I'm not signed on with anyone, it doesn't look like I can do much. Well, that shouldn't be a problem. You can just train with us. What? Yeah. Yeah, Hannah, what are you doing? We're on set schedules. We can't just fit random people into the routine. Don't be silly. This is Joe. Excuse me, we can take our friend in, right? Oh, absolutely, Miss Bloom. See? You're totally fine. Oh, great. Before either Joe or Sai can protest further, Hannah shuttles the three of them forward. Time to work out, time to train. There's weights, there's a variety of, I guess, practice weapons. There's target practice as well. Oh, there's scores on the left too. Hannah seems to be doing very well. Joe can't keep this up much longer. Her warhammer is getting heavier with each breath she takes. The crowbits swarm incessantly around her. Her swings don't seem to be connecting. She's stuck on the defensive now. So let's train songs. Let's turn to show you how. To show you how to be a real magical girl. All she can do is zip away and have the swarm chase her. The beat of the music thumps in her veins. Rhythmic tones and a striking melody guide her steps, helping Joe regain her tempo. She hops from foot to foot, twirling between crowbits that dive in for her. I assume the crowbits are like, I guess, really weak demons? Or not demons, but monsters, I guess. Like practice monsters. Her swings haven't been the most effective, but she tries to throw one out every now and then. Occasionally, she thinks she's hit a crowbit, but she can't tell for sure. And I assume these crowbits are like small creatures that fly around. That's kind of hard to fight with like a warhammer, especially the one as big as hers. Frustrated with the futility of her current strategy, Joe holds her hammer back and re-evaluates the fight. In a flash of inspiration, she sees her opening. Wait for them to group up and... now! Joe quickly reverses her momentum and leans forward, charging into the crowbit's swarm. No. Her warhammer's jets flare up and send her into an intense spin. Joe focuses on the head of the warhammer. It's an old trick she remembers from her time training. Lock your eyes on a fixed point and trick your body into thinking it's stationary. A series of satisfying thuds crash against her warhammer. She's probably gotten at least a dozen in that hit alone. Gracefully, Joe steps and twirls out her spin, sweet beating her skin as her nostrils flare. A small flash of light surrounds her warhammer, which is now back in its original wand form. The music begins to fade when a bright chimes rings out against the metal walls of the practice room, signifying the encounter has finished. Give me something tougher. Joe's enthusiasm, however, quickly dies out when she sees the score nearby. Hannah, 49. Sierra, 37. I guess that's Sai. I guess it is how you say that, Sierra? C? I guess say her name's C. I always say Sai, I don't know. And then Joanna, 14. Meh. Not that much of a score for her. Only halfway through their set, and Joe has been completely outclassed in every round. Exhaustion suddenly catches up with her. Well, I mean... you know, they've been doing it this whole time, so they've got the practice in, and you're just going back to being a magical girl suddenly, so I think it's reasonable, right? You gotta get used to it again. Just like exercising, you know? If you haven't been exercising for a long time, it's hard to do the exercise you've been used to from before, you know? Doing the weights you've been used to from before. You gotta catch up again, you know? Can't do it all in one day. While Joe is bent over struggling to catch her breath, Hannah and... I'm gonna keep saying Sai because... screw it. I've been using the word Sai, but I guess her full name is Sierra. Hannah and Sai stand nearby with weapons still in hand. I'd say I was disappointed, but you'd have to impress me first. Yeah, I was wondering what her weapon would be, like Hannah's and Sai's weapon. I guess she uses a gun, you know? Does she use a machine gun? So, you like your spin attack, huh? I'm just figuring out stuff again, okay? Figure it out on your own time. Having to handicap myself so you can play catch-up is getting real old real quick. I know. I'm just out of practice. Well, we're not. Stick to the D levels or you're just gonna waste our time. Well, that doesn't sit well with Joe. I say I did fine. Let's PvP right now to bash your skull in. No. Those last few fights have been lopsided anyways. There have been swarms of small fries. Like, come on, you guys have guns and boxing gloves. Oh, is Hana like a boxer? Oh, that's kinda cool. I'm swinging around a block of fucking concrete. But don't blame your weapon choice, which was, hey, surprise, your choice. Yeah, I guess, yeah, Hana just punches everything. That's kinda cool. I love, like, boxer-type characters, like any kind of, like, fiction story with, like, magic and supernatural shit. Like a magical girl that, like, is like a boxer too, that's kinda cool. It's okay, though. You've got some fights, more fights to go through, you'll get it down. Right. Okay, girls, take 5. I'll go get us some drinks. As she makes for the exit, Hana passes by Joe and leans in for a whisper. Hey, try to play nice with Sai, okay? She may be a bit pushy and tsundere, but she means well. She does a great fucking job of hiding it then. I know you two aren't exactly on the best of terms, but I think you guys can patch things up. Before Joe can reply, Hana is already off with a wink. Sai is off against the wall, browsing through her phone and speaking with her wand. Tenko? Accuracy. Oh, Tenko. I think that's Japanese for gun or rifle. I think. I might be mistaken though. 84%. Shots fired. 127. Steps taken. 2,397. Still going with the guns, I see. They work, and they're what I'm good with. I remember when Maria tried to get you to go with a whip. You said that was more your personality. Tenko, log attack and movement patterns. Combat data has been logged. So, how was the tour? Oh, now you're interested? What's that supposed to mean? Sai turns to look at Joe directly now, scorn painted across her face. It means you didn't give a shit about what I was doing before, so why are you pretending to do now? What Do you think this is a game? Yes, this is a visual novel, isn't it? Anyway. You must, because you sure aren't treating it like a job. Newsflash, Joe. Some of us take this work seriously. If you want to pick up a wand again and suddenly decide you're a magical girl, that's on you. Don't go on thinking for a second that we're equals. Whatever filter Joe had bothered maintaining is now completely gone. Wow, okay, this is great coming from the sellout. Excuse me? Okay, you can fight. You're everything that's wrong with the industry. Pandering to the sleazy fans and using a brainless set of weapons. Y'all make sure to put a bit of extra bite behind her comments. Plastering your face on worthless junk so you can trick people into buying the idea that you're a real magical girl. What's the old saying? Repeat a lie often enough and you start to believe it. If Sai wasn't annoyed before, she's furious now. I mean, you know, you could draw some parallels here in like the entertainment industry in general, right? You know, being genuine versus like being a professional isn't always a thing that comes together, you know? And I guess Sai's way of being a magical girl doesn't mesh with the values that Joe has, you know? And that's why they're clashing over their ideals. Well. However, she calms herself down and chuckles. You continue to not surprise me, Joe. You're still wrapped up in your own damn self. No, it's not your shitty attitude or your shitty work ethic. No, it's gotta be something else, right? Joanna Jourdain, Little Miss Prodigy is never wrong. Well, Joe, while you've been stuck in high school, the rest of us moved on and figured things out. You're an adult. Start acting like it. With that, Sai returns to her phone. 1,000 thoughts race through Joe's mind, but none of them find their way to her lips. Joe decides she's had enough. She quickly grabs her things and makes for the exit. Joe? Where are you going? I've got stuff to do, sorry. Before Hannah can say anything, Joe is already out the door. Aw. Even her best friend can't really repair the relationship with Sai and Joe. Figure she up here. Twice in the same week? Guess you really missed us. What are you having tonight, Joe? DCB is fine. I don't know what DC means, but I assume B is beer. You know. Thanks. You got it. Joe takes a stool at the end of the counter and looks out the rest of the bar. While the blue light isn't completely empty like she's used to, it's at least not packed like it was the other day. The stage is completely empty now, a series of flat black panels. That was a cool show. What was that? The show. The FCR show, I mean. Oh. Yeah, they're a great group of gals. Hey, speaking of, I heard about what happened on the news. Joe cringes internally. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Just some bruises, but nothing I can't handle. She makes a showy display of flexing, which elicits a chuckle from Robert. I'm glad to hear it. I also heard there used to be a magical girl too. Not so cool. That's one word for it. But it is. Magical girl shows have so much, well, magic to them. Well, now I get to do them. Yay me. Hey, no way! When's your next show? Oh, technically I'm a magical girl, but I don't exactly have anything lined up. How come? Kinda need the producer. But I'm both old and out of nowhere, so there aren't exactly a lot of people looking to sign me up. I thought I'd train and see if I could win some sort of sponsorship in an upcoming competition. But the whole training thing hasn't exactly worked. Oh shoot, that sucks. Hey, why did you come by tomorrow? One of the FCR regulars, Miri, practices here in the afternoon. I'm sure she'd be more than happy to let you train with her. Oh, I don't know. Come on, it'll be super laid back. Miri's pretty chill. Why don't you swing by to at least meet her first? Where Joe would normally refuse, Robert's earnest smile is convincing her otherwise. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Great! It'll be fun, I promise. Joe takes a light sip of her beer and wonders how true that is. The next day, Joe convinces herself to swing by the blue light. Alright, gonna meet Miri now. I wonder what she's like. Probably more our pace, you know? Yeah, and this one. Sure enough, on stage is Miri, the magical girl with the hacksaw from the other day. It doesn't seem like Robert is working, so Joe could pretty much turn around and walk away. She knows that wouldn't be helping anyone though, at least about herself. Joe steals her nerves and approaches Miri, who's in the middle of moving between deep stretch poses. Hi. Miri responds cheerily from continuing her stretches. Hey, you must be Joe. Robert told me all about you. Is that right? What did he say? That you... While twisting into a position that hurts Joe's muscles just by looking at it, Miri points at her with a grin. Used to be a magical girl. Yeah. Yeah, I did. That was a long time ago. You and me both. Huh. No kidding. Yep, it's been... Shoot, just about 12 years now. Gotta say, that's not surprising. I caught your performance the other day at the FCR thing. Oh, cool. Yeah, that was a good one. Hopper heads are fun because they let you set your own pace. Granted, it's gotta be a quick one. So, how long has it been for you? Oh, 7 years, or something like that. Now let me guess, feeling out of whack? Kinda. That's putting it mildly. I was just like you. Stopped being a magical girl in my early 20s and came back to it in my 30s. Treasure your health, young'un. What we do only gets harder with age. Hey, come on. Come on up and join me here. Miri stops her stretching and motions for Joe to step onto the stage. Joe thinks about saying no, but surprises herself when she agrees without giving it much thought. Don't feel like you've got to keep up. Just go as far as comfortable. Gotcha. The pair settle into a quiet rhythm of deep breathing and stretching. I heard that you're training to prepare for a competition? Yep. I assume it's the grand opening. Or the grand open, rather. Yeah? How'd you know? You were looking at a 3-year-old back-to-back winner. Really? When did you compete? Oh, last time I think I was when I was 18. So about 15 years ago? Oh, 15 years. Suddenly, 10-year-old fangirl memories burst into Joe's head. Oh my god. You're Sakana, or Sakana? Guilty as charged. I can't believe that was you. I used to know every part of your routine. Well, it's always nice to meet a fan. Sakana, top-ranking magical girl for 6 years straight. Nowadays, you'll maybe find her name in some bargain bin at the record store or a best-of album. The nature of the beast, huh? MGI goes through so many magical girls on a regular basis that it's hard for even dedicated fans to keep up with the latest idols. Yeah, they really are just idols, you know? Well, other than the fact that I beat up monsters and save the city and whatnot. Would that happen to Hana someday? Would her name be lost to time as younger stars take her place? So, Miri, can I ask you a question? Of course. Why'd you come back? To being a magical girl, I mean. Because I love it. That's it, really. Then why'd you quit? Oh, that's the real question. Well, I was on tour back in my 20s. My mother passed away. Oh, sorry. I should have... Oh, don't worry, it's fine. I took some time to re-evaluate what I was doing and decided that my family needed me more than Dub City did. As I'm sure you know, you don't just stop being a magical girl. I missed it so much that after some time out of the scene, I tried to go back to MGI. Silly me thought I'd always have a place there, but they didn't think the same. It all worked out though. Ended up getting involved with FCR and never looked back. Yeah, it's great and all, but do you ever feel like you're missing something? I assume you're talking about the amateur aspect of FCR. Joe didn't want to phrase it like that, but that's exactly what she means. Sure, some part of me misses all the flash and style of working as a professional magical girl. But I figured out what my priorities are. Anyways, how are you feeling? Up for a few fights? Sure. What'd you have in mind? I was working your way up from D-level sound. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I was a pretty good magical girl. Was. No shame in taking it slow. I know the competition is next week, but we've got time. I don't doubt you've got the skills, Joe. But it's been a while, and you've got to get your body back into the swing of things. Yeah, that's good advice, Miri. Joe knows he can't argue. With Miri, at least, he doesn't feel like she has to. Yeah, she's really chill, as Robert put it. Alright, coach. You've got it. 1 week later. We don't get a training montage? It is your big night tonight. Yep. We're gonna get up close to the stage, right, Connie? I do not like the pit of mushing, but I will watch from the seats. Guys, it's not a big deal. It's just a qualifier. This isn't even the actual competition. Oh, we get to see you perform. Yeah, and hopefully you don't see me bomb. You will be fine. And if you are not fine, okay. We will get pizza and make you fine. Oh, pizza, yum. Oh, thanks, Connie. Come on, let's go. We gotta get there early for good spots. The vibe of the qualifiers backstage is far more muted than Joe thought it would be. Well, at least there's refreshments, you can see right there. She picked out the several dozens, maybe a couple hundred or so girls participating in the contest. And that's only counting the amateur contestants. Everybody's off on their own, doing their own preparation. For some, that amounts to carrying out bizarre personal rituals, stuff like kissing a CD album or coating their wands in scented oils. For most, however, it involves going over the details of their routine. Nearly all the contestants share one thing in common. Holy crap. They're all a bunch of kids. Yeah, I guess yeah, when you think Mahou Shoujo, you think like young girls, basically. That's how much girls usually are. And Jo, I guess, is a bit out of place. She's like, what is she, 25? I mean, it's not that old, relatively, but I guess it is old as like a magical girl. And again, like comparing it again to like idols, it is old for like an idol, right? Again, like a Japanese idol, you know? Am I the oldest one here? Deciding she'd rather not know the definitive answer to that question, Jo goes off to her own corner and sings to the music coming from her earbuds. The high-energy electro-funk pulsing to her head has blended into white noise. Jo takes a deep breath, closes her eyes, and rolls the take back to its beginning. When the music starts back up, she settles into the groove, letting the rhythm guide her. Now you got this. You're good. You're fine. Suddenly, she feels a tap on her shoulder. When she opens her eyes, Hana's face greets her. Taking out one of her earbuds, Jo also notices that Sai is standing off to the side, eyes glued to her phone. The Grand Open qualifiers attract magical girls from both the amateur and professional worlds. While top performers like Sai and Hana don't have anything to prove, they still benefit from the exposure. I'll change the song. I'll change this one. I think Magic Waves, I think that's the original song that plays when you open the game. The presence also draws in a fairly sizable crowd, which helps offset the huge numbers of amateur contestants. Hey, what's up? I just thought I'd stop by before things started and wish you luck. Well, thanks, you too. Hana's lips start to tremble as her eyes begin to water. I'm just so happy that you're back with us. I know you'll do great. Yeah, I hope. Well, I better do great. How else am I gonna get out of debt? That's the spirit. Just then, a small chime signs out, and a hush falls over the backstage. The PA system above their heads rang out with the voice of the announcer. Attention contestants, qualifiers will begin in 20 minutes. 20 minutes, contestants. Please see an MGI stagehand to ensure that your songs and equipment are prepared. When the announcer signs off, chatter backstage picks up once more. It's fraught with the nervous yet excited anticipation of countless magical girls anxiously eager to perform. Well, I guess we should get everything ready, huh? Hana throws her arms out and pulls Jo into a furious hug, or rather, a ferocious hug, rather. Furious? Ferocious? Maybe both. Good luck, Jo. You're going to be fantastic. Same to you. The two friends exchange one last set of smiles and hugs before going off their separate ways. Oh no, what are you gonna say? However, as Hana and Sai turn to leave, Jo calls out and stops them in their tracks. Hey, Sai. Huh? Sai, surprised, takes her eyes off her phone. Good luck to you too. I'll be fine. You're gonna need it. Come on, Hana, let's get going. Jo isn't quite sure what to make of Sai's response, but she figures that it's her own backhanded way of wishing her well. I guess they just really have a very tsundere relationship, don't they? Love and hate at the same time. Well, she'll take it. Because I think the reason why Sierra, she has it out for Joanna in the first place was because, like, Joanna was like a prodigy, right? And she probably looked up to her, I'm guessing. It seems like it anyway, judging from their personalities. She definitely probably looked up to Joanna and stuff. And when she quit, it's kind of like, that was like a big downer to Sierra. And she felt betrayed, even. And that's why they kind of hate each other, and that sort of thing. But, well, I think they might get along again in the future, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, I guess we're back here. I don't know, is this the stage for us? We're back here in the dock area. Contestant 287, Joanna Jordan. Begin. The portal crackles open, letting out a large three-headed dog-like beast. Alright, gonna fight now. I'm avoiding this song because I think that's copyright. I think I saw in a video that shows it's copyrighted. I'm not sure though. Anyway. Let's choose Time to Groove. However, it lacks any sort of discernible features. Its shifting polygonal mass is comprised of a solid onyx material. On the announcer's mark, Jo swings her wand and becomes enveloped in a flash of light. A moment later, Jo stands proud of her warhammer, striking what she hopes comes across as a cool-looking pose with her silly bunny ears. Yeah. No, I mean, it's kind of cute. But I just find it silly because of the headband, you know? There's like a headband as well as the bunny ears, so it comes across as silly to me. Cheers and claps from the audience seem to indicate that's the case. Houdini. Beware mouth lasers. Recommend closing distance and force a monster to split apart. Thanks, I was planning on it. Allow a low growl that emanates from the Houdini. The music has started to pick up now. Jo feels it in her feet and shakes her legs in anticipation. A brilliant melody sparks to life, backed up by an infectious, energetic beat. Wow. Bam bam bam! And there's the audience right there. As soon as Jo takes a step forward, the Houdini hurriedly jumps back, putting several yards between them. Leaving Jo no room to breathe, the Houdini opens all three of its mouths and begins charging a crackling ball of red and black energy. Wait for it. The Houdini is still charging, but Jo knows the song playing right now. It's nearly at the chorus. Moments before the chorus beat drops, Jo leans forward and zips ahead, a few feet closer to the Houdini. I guess part of the quote-unquote dance is that you gotta like time your battle with the song. You know, you gotta reach the climax as you defeat the monster, or do something cool anyway. Though it hasn't yet finished charging, the Houdini instinctively reacts. The pulsing energy coalesces into a tight ball before it explodes, shooting out in a jagged line straight at Jo. Huh. She's off by a hair of a second. Jo puts all of her weight into the swing, slapping away the menacing bolt of energy as soon as the chorus begins. A gasp emanates from the crowd. She's got their attention. Now she needs to follow up. A field dashes forward, bringing her directly in swinging range of the Houdini. When she gets there, however, the hulking mass of shifting black shapes suddenly splits apart into three large dog-shaped entities. Instead of chasing them, Jo swings her warhammer above her head and starts pounding into the stage. The audience audibly expresses their confusion. What are you doing? The music is back on the main verse now, so she's still making sure to pound out the concrete floor to the beat. When the chorus hits, she makes her move. The song's high energy beats thump out across the stage. Moving in time with the music, Jo swings out in a large arc and sends the Powell's rebels spraying out towards the Houdinis. I think we need to change this one. Her enemies react as planned and dodge away from the projectiles. However, Jo is quick to follow up. He keeps a bead on a single target, tracking them through the shower of concrete raining down on them. It's preoccupied with dodging that it isn't aware of Jo's movements. Jo waits for the right moment when the Houdini is within striking range as she takes her swing. Yeah, gotta time everything, gotta do it in a rhythm to the song, apparently. Pulling along the raised part of her shaft or haft, the Warhammer's jets flare up. In one quick motion, she brings her weapon down in the blur and crushes the Houdini, causing it to dissipate in a puff of smoke. Two left, but where are they? Before Jo can scan her surroundings, a burning bolt of energy sears her back, eliciting cries of concern from the crowd. Somewhere in the chaos, the other two Houdinis recombine and snuck behind her. Oh no! Surprise attack! Stunned by the attack, Jo quickly regains her stance and brings her warhammer up to defend. Just in time, as the Houdini lets off a quick burst of energy that Jo is barely able to deflect. Oh, accidentally scrolled the mouse wheel, no. It's bearing down on her now, unrelenting with its onslaught of energy attacks. All Joe can do is hold her warhammer out, using the head as a shield to protect herself. The music has nearly reached its end. She's got maybe one more verse before the round finishes. Hey, Wand. Yes, Joanna? Can you fly the warhammer? Yes. Good. Make a circuit around the stage. Come back to this spot. Set thrusters to max. What are you planning, Joanna? Just do it. In that moment, Joe steps to the side, avoiding the Houdini's constant stream of attacks, and kicks on the warhammer's jets. Her body twists as she swings out her weapon in a wide arc. However, at the end of her swing, Joe lets go and sends it flying out. Gotta time this right. Free of her warhammer, Joe quickly dashes out to the Houdini, avoiding all of his energy blasts. Oh, she threw it away sort of like a boomerang. She quickly closes the distance, and when she does, she latches on the Houdini's shifting form. It's surprisingly easy to gain a grip, especially now that one of his heads has been taken care of. She's just grabbing it like a wrestler. Once Joe's grabbed onto the Houdini, she reverses direction and dashes back to where she came from. It takes all of her strength to keep a grip on the monster, but she's able to carry it with her in her dash. The Houdini snaps and snarls at Joe, trying to sink both sets of its teeth into her. She does everything she can to keep it pinned down, all while keeping track of the warhammer's position. One bite grabs her upper left arm and she cries out in pain, but manages to keep her hold. A warhammer is approaching quickly now. It'll hit their path in a matter of seconds. Joe tries to break away, but the Houdini has a firm hold on her arm. In a moment of panic, Joe resorts to the last thing she can think of. Letting out a guttural yell, she smashes her head against the Houdini's. Oh, a headbutt. The monster lets go of her with a yelp. As soon as it does, Joe dashes away. In the next second, her warhammer smacks right into the Houdini's midsection, driving the head directly into its gut. The sheer impact is enough to drive the weapons through the monster's body, splitting it into two before it dissipates into smoke. It seems like all the monsters just turn to smoke when they die. Thrusters off. With its jets turned off, Joe's warhammer is left sailing through the air. The song is nearly over now. Just a few seconds left, it's not over yet. You gotta make a show. So Joe races for her weapon, hands outstretched. Almost got it. She barely gets a grip on the warhammer's haft. Or I say shaft or half? I don't know. I should know. I don't know what a haft is. And strains to pull it out of its spin. But I know what Joe's doing right now. The weapon pushes against her, bringing Joe along for the ride. Her body at least slows the warhammer down, and the two of them tumble onto the hard concrete of the stage. Yeah! As the last few notes of the song plays out, Joe stumbles on her feet and strikes a higher pose for her weapon. Gotta strike a JoJo pose, or well, a magical girl pose, at the very end. At the song's end, the crowd breaks out into applause and cheers. Yay! She can't see the judges, but if the audience is anything to go by, she might do alright. Joe can't help but feel personally attacked by Vera's scrutinizing glare. Let's on to this one. Since the qualifiers are over now. So, if your warhammer could fly, why didn't you just have it fly back to you? You know, so you didn't have to chase it? Joe decides to give Vera this one. A good point, Squirt. I guess she didn't realize that she could have done that instead of turning off the thrusters and chasing after it. Planning isn't my strong suit. Whatever, it kicked ass anyways. Oh shoot, sorry Connie. Well, that is okay. Joanna did indeed do much ass kicking. Oh, you're allowing us to swear now? Damn right. Anyways, when do you find out the results? Should be soon. What if you don't get in? No idea. Joe, no. Don't go to jail. I'm not going to jail, but I think it's something to worry about right now. I don't think it's something to worry about right now anyways. I'll just have Connie bail me out. Well, you say that now. You better not get locked up, you dummy. I'll try. It's official, you're in, huh? We got in. In the competition. Yeah, this isn't over yet, Hana. I'm so happy for you. Jo lets herself be picked up and smothered by Hana. The situation calls for it anyway. Out of hundreds of contestants, Jo managed to make the top 50 that were accepted in the Grand Open. As did Hana and Sei. Or Sai, I don't know. I'm just mixing up the pronunciation of her name now. I'll admit I'm impressed. Oh, thanks, Sai. I'm glad you're in too. Hana said you put on a good show. Sai, unprepared for Jo's praise, stutters out her response. Oh, what are you talking about, Baka? Of course I did. You don't become 8th best magical girl for nothing, you know? Yeah, whatever. So, what do you think? You want to train with us? I appreciate the offer, Hana, I really do. But I've got a pretty good coach over at the Blue Light. I'm gonna give her a bit more time to see if we keep jiving. Well, as long as it works for you. I think it will. Oh, there you go. That's the end of the game right there. Seems like, I mean, I don't know if the story continues or anything like that, but got the gist of it. Jo goes back into the magical girl business and I assume continues her career and continues to find out what it really means to be a real magical girl, maybe. Would you like to quit? Well, I mean, I guess... Is it gonna close the window, or is it gonna go back to the main menu? If not, I'm just gonna leave it here. But yeah. There you go. I guess, yeah, it's a cool game. Well, what I like most about it is the universe, actually. The ideal of magical girls being combined with entertainment and also some technology as well. I think that's a pretty cool idea for a world, you know? And I don't know if there's gonna be a continuation of this, but yeah. I think it's really meant to be just like a short story, right? I don't know if the developers are gonna plan on doing more of these characters, but I mean, they were pretty great. Yeah. And I guess what else? Other than the fact that pretty cool. It reminds me, actually, the story, at least the universe anyway, it reminds me of another kind of anime that has a similar premise. It's not about magical girls though, it's about heroes. I think it's Tiger and Bunny, I think that's what the anime is called. Where they combine the idea of, you know, saving the city from like monsters and whatnot with, well, corporations, right? Corporations and capitalism and whatnot. Combining the idea of not just being a hero, but also selling, you know, the idea that you're a hero to the masses and making a show out of it so you get paid the most, you know? That sort of thing. It is, I think that sort of thing is really interesting. Because there's like this, I don't know, this conflict between doing the right thing, but also being a hero, quote unquote, right? Being a professional. You can draw some parallels again, like in the entertainment industry, you know, being a professional versus doing the right thing. Not always together. Not always. I don't know what the word is. Congruent? Is that the word? I don't know. It's not always the thing that you do together. Anyway. But yeah. And, well, I guess that was it for Mahou Shoujo. That's the pun, right? Mahou Shoujo is like the show. It's also Joe's main character. I kind of like the pun. Anyway, that was it for this game. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you then.